Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the bunker. I know it's been a little while since you've heard from me. Apologies. Um, just a quick recap of what's been going on and why there have not been any episodes from the bowels of the bunker as of late. Um, Basically, I took a break. And the break turned into a longer break, and I was I was experiencing what some have been referring to as a long COVID situation, long periods of exhaustion and aches and pains, and basically mild grade flu symptoms for like a really long time. But anyway, it seems to be abating. So I have more energy and motivation to do things. Also, something that we have done lately was rescue rather, a little puppy that has become quite the handful. Just turned a year old. That was a that was a whole ordeal all in of itself. But yeah, so all good is there. And something interesting that Beth and I started to do. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the show before, but one thing that Beth and I did one time was we were invited to a Masonic lodge in South Jersey, and they wanted us to come give them a lecture, a presentation on the paranormal and Beth's mediumship and so forth. And so we did. And this gentleman approached us after the presentation. Joe, really cool guy, approaches us and he says, my wife and I are caretakers of this property in Burlington, New Jersey, and it's owned by the Masonic Lodge, I believe Monmouth County, I think, New Jersey. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely owned by the Masons. And it was built in the late 1700s and has been, it's been a farm, and it's been a residence. It's been an office for the Grand Master of the Masons, and so forth. So, and he said, we would like you guys to come and investigate. They had scheduled another team that ended up wasn't anyone local. I can't remember if he even remembered who the actual team was, but anyway, it's not important. But a team was supposed to come in and investigate. Something happened, they weren't able to make it, and so here sits this old house with reported activity, and has never been investigated. And so we jumped at the chance, investigated it, shared our evidence, gave a little presentation to them with everything that we found. We were intrigued, fell in love with the place. But anyway, since then, Beth and I have built this rapport with Joe and his wife Judy, and they decided and checked with the board and everything, and they got clearance for us to begin hosting paranormal events, private investigations essentially. And so after we investigated it a couple times, we put it out there. Beth has been in charge of advertising the events availability and handling the scheduling and all that sort of thing. And so we're opening it up to other teams, and other teams are coming in, and just for $30 a person, flat rate, as many people as you want to bring in, you can bring, and you just get the night, whether it's to basically 7 until midnight, 1 o'clock. One team stayed until 2 a couple times, but yeah, and so we have been actually doing that as well. So we have, although we haven't heard from the bunker, we've been busy on the side, both investigating West Hill, collecting evidence, but also just overseeing other teams coming in to investigate as well. So yeah, so I felt the need to just drop this little update in. This isn't a full episode by any means, but I just wanted to turn the mic back on, sit down in the studio, and just give everyone an update, and just let everyone know that the bunker's not gone. It's coming back. We're gonna have some pretty awesome episodes this season. We're gonna be jumping into some real life conspiracies. We're gonna be jumping into the paranormal, of course. We're gonna be sharing some of our evidence from West Hill and talking about that. And actually, I'm pretty excited. A couple people have reached out with a desire to come on the bunker, which will happen sooner rather than later at this point. Yeah, there's a handful of guests that are coming on for this season of the bunker, which I have spoken about in past episodes of the bunker. So, maybe a good time to go back and maybe re-listen to some older episodes, and just to refresh your memory, because some of the topics and cases that I have spoken about in the past on the bunker are going to be actually appearing on this season of the bunker. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, but that's really all I got. I'm trying not to pay attention to any news sources until all mention of Chinese spy balloon is completely out of our rhetoric permanently. UFO topic has been pretty brutal, with all the information coming out from the government and the larger corporate media sites, and I just can't I can't take it seriously anymore. There is definitely activity out there. There is definitely such a thing as legit UFOs. There is definitely legitimate paranormal activity. I have a problem when the government is coming out and saying things, which is being repeated by the media sort of uncritically, and all this talk of disclosure, which I don't think is ever going to happen, and it just gets overwhelming, and sometimes you just hit a wall with it and have to just stop and say, you know what, I can't, I got to take a break, and you just need to step back and just do something else for a while, to just sort of I call it mental floss, just a way to just wash the old the mind out of just poring over the same information and continuously not getting any real updates or any actual information from anybody. And you just have to step away and take a break sometimes. And so, for all those reasons, the bunker has been silent, but the bunker is returning, and we're going to be bringing you some pretty cool episodes, and some former guests will be coming back, and I'm going to be doing some in the field recording, and so perhaps I will just drop periodically short clips, not a full episode, but just a short clip from an investigation, a live clip, maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes long, maybe at the most, of just us live investigating. And maybe I'll just record a quick little intro and then just drop the clip, no commercials or anything, and just drop them just to keep a consistent drop of episodes, but also just I made a decision to sort of share more of the recording that I do that isn't necessarily in the studio, but is done in the field, that with anonymity and stuff like that. I'm not going to share private case evidence or anything like that, but when it's just us tooling around at West Hill or some other public location, and we're investigating or teaching a class or something like that, when I do that stuff, I record a lot. So I made a decision to start sharing that actually on here, and I may, this is just pure pre-recon stage at this point, but I may begin to drop some video clips or images, evidence, and some audio stuff on YouTube as well, just to sort of, as a trial, just throw it out there, put it up on that medium, and just see what happens with it. So yeah, so we'll see, but we're gonna just to take a few steps back, and I will be just bringing good old-fashioned interviews and deep dives into different topics. So yeah, it was time. I had to come back. So anyway, just wanted to update everybody on what's been going on and what to expect coming soon from the bunker. A lot of possibilities coming down the road for the bunker. So thanks everybody for sticking in with us, and we will see you soon. Stay weird.